People feel like once they join the spiritual path, that they have to throw away all the teachings that they have learned up in a church, a synagogue, a tabernacle, or tradition. And that is so far from the truth. So today I'm going to spend some time talking about why you should not throw away the teachings that you have learned and how to apply them to the life that you have, because the path to where you are going started with those beginning, those traditions and things like that, and they all serve a purpose. Okay, for those who are just joining me, hello, my name is Amina Sai. All right, I am here to help you heal through energy, touch, and conscious connections, right, in an effort to just live for a living. All right, so sit down, love. How you feeling? All right, so let's get into it. One of the benefits of me being a preacher's daughter, yes, my mom is a pastor, okay, is that we have spent a lot of time in my growing up in Sunday school and Bible study and things like that. And we had to memorize passages. This morning, when I woke up and did my morning rituals, an old scripture came back to mind, right? It was 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show yourself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness, and the words doth eat as doth canker, right? So I was asking myself, why is this message coming to me now? Why is this scripture coming back to me now? It's because it's applicable to those who are finding their path in life, right? The first verse says, study to show thyself approved unto God. And most people took that message, especially when I was growing up, as in, I have to keep studying the Bible to prove myself worthy of God. And I just have a different spin on that, okay? So let's look at the verses in the mind of Amina. Yes, okay? So when we're talking about study to show yourself approved unto God, many people have a different definition of who the God is. But if you remember in the beginning of the Bible, God said, let us make man in our image, right? And if we are in the image of God, therefore we are all what? Fill in the blank, right? So if I'm studying to show myself approved, this scripture to me speaks to those who are feeling doubtful in themselves, feeling insecure, right? Thinking that they have imposter syndrome, thinking that they're not worthy, right? Those who are really questioning themselves, it's telling you, study to show yourself approved. When's the last time you studied yourself, right? And I'm saying this because this year I have intentionally created a diary that marks every day how I'm feeling, things that I have done, the results, right? And this helps me to figure out where my energy is and how much my energy relates to what I've accomplished, right? When's the last time you sat and just studied yourself? Why are you moving the way you're moving? Why are you thinking the way you are feeling? Why or where did these thoughts come from, right? The whole art of my Reiki practice, right? When you're in a session with me, we dig into the root, the why, and that takes studying yourself, right? And once you study and figure out the intricacies of your intricacies, let's choose another word, right? Where you sit down and you start studying yourself, right? You understand how you move, why you move, and the things that you need to change in order to move, right? So there you go. Study to show yourself approved even unto yourself, okay? A workman, that is someone who is doing the work, the workman that needeth not to be ashamed, right? Once you've done the work, you will not be ashamed to walk in your truth, divining the word of truth, okay? Divining the word of truth. So I'll be trying to do this message within 5 minutes. So if I'm speaking too fast, guys, slow the pace down, all right? So we got study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly divining the word of truth. Once you understand who you are, what makes you tick, what makes you move, the path that you really want to be on. You understand your vision, you understand your mission, right? You will be able to see truth for what it is, not for what someone else tried to convince you it is, right? Not from the point of view of someone who had implanted some negative feedback in your life and it just blew you out of proportion, right? People who have put these little blocks of self-worth within you. Once you study yourself and you worked on yourself, you will be able to divine the word of truth, which means you will know truth when you hear it, okay, without being shamed. My whole mission in life is to get everyone to not be ashamed of who they are authentically and walking in that. All right. So let's move on. Rightly divining the word of truth, but shun profane and vain babblings. This speaks to not being inundated with information overload that are full of falsehoods. Okay. And just people talking about stuff that they really don't know about. Right. We need to be able to discern truth from fiction. This takes studying for yourself as well. Don't take everybody's word at face value. Don't take everybody's word as truth. You study for yourself and avoid the babblings, because those babblings are ungodly, meaning they are against who you are in spirit and in truth, okay? And we have to be careful, because we are in a time now where spiritual wickednesses are in high places, right? I don't mean to sound preachy, y'all, but it is so applicable to this. And we have ran away from the messages only because of the experiences that we have had in churches, right? Some of us are still scarred and traumatized from the church life, or whatever, that we are shunning away from everything. And I'm asking you all to learn how to incorporate it all, right? It is all going to help you in your path in life. So shun profane and vain babblings. Be careful of those people who just talking to be talking, right? Who's just spitting out little rituals, who just spitting out little things to do, and they had not did the studying themselves, right? But if you studied up, you know better. Because if you're not careful, you're going to be sucked in, you're going to lose yourself, and in that losing of self, right, all those shadows will start coming back in and eating you up like cancer, right? As doth a canker, is what is in the storyline. So guys, to sum this all up, right? Because it's a little bit longer than what I really wanted it to be, but I really felt like it was in my heart, right? One, do not shun away all the teachings that you have learned in life, because everything that you have learned and experienced is to help you within this path, right? But once you have studied yourself and you have studied life and seen it as it is, you are able to see things as truth and fiction, right? Do not inundate yourself with the things that are fiction. I don't care how good it looks, right? How popular it looks. We have to be careful about these trends. Yes, I said it, right? Be the trendsetter. This is something I tell my children all the time. Be the trendsetter. Don't follow the trends all the time, because some of those trends are going to help you lose yourself. And I'm going to tell you from experience, and if you are around enough people who feel lost within themselves, that feeling will eat you up like cancer. And I want you to be able to shine bright in this world, right? You all have a light within you, and together, if we hold our hands, we're going to be as bright as these lights that are surrounded in my room, right? Looking all beautiful. Okay. So if this message was valuable to you, go ahead and click that like button. All right. Share it, comment it. How do you feel? Please do not throw away everything that you have learned because you're starting a new path. It all comes together and helps you in the end. All right. So with that, I bid you a great day, right? Live for a living, guys. This is what the mission is, to live for a living authentically. But have a good day on purpose. Bye.